All right. What is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Coming at you guys with another update on ILV. This is Illuvium. This is a viewer request, okay? I do these viewer requests every week. So if you want to see your crypto, your token in the next video, all you got to do is comment down below. We've been tracking Illuvium very well here as of recently, and we were able to come up and hit our bullish price targets as well as break out past our overhead supply zone to hit those bullish price targets. We are seeing a pullback. We've kind of been expecting that. We're going to go over how to understand this chart, what it is that we're looking at. We're going to make it really simple for you guys, as well as go over the MACD and the relative strength index and how you can use all of these things together to help understand the price action and a lot of the movements and not be caught by surprise. Trading is like going to battle. It's like going to war. You need to have the proper weapons at your disposal and need to know how to use those weapons to increase your odds of success on the battlefield. So make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll jump straight into it. So if you notice, we have these series of yellow lines here, okay, and there's always three of them. What these are is these are the three most important, most common, and well-respected retracement levels. Those are the 61.8, the 50%, and the 38.2% level. The reason you use these is nothing moves in a straight line up or in a straight line down. Rather, you get a move up retracement continuation or a move down retracement continuation. That's how you spot trend continuation and healthy retracements, aka pullbacks. Now, you can also use these to identify reversals. So if we move downwards, retrace, consolidate a little, and then break through those retracement levels, that's how we can spot a potential reversal. So let's put what we just learned into practice. So as you can see, we had this downwards trend that we were in. We put in a new low and we retraced, and look at what we did. We came up to our 38.2% retracement level and then continued that trend and made a lower low. Now, shortly afterwards, after we put in that new low, look at what we did. We moved up, retraced to the 50%, right? We came back down, consolidated at our three major retracement levels. Then we broke out, retested it, and pushed up higher. So again, when you break through those three major retracement levels, that's how you can spot potential reversals. And what we did was we put in a high and then a higher high. Right now, we had this overhead supply zone here in case we did break our retracement levels. We were cautious at these levels as this has been an area where prices sold off and pushed down multiple times in the past. Now, what we're looking for is a break and retest of this zone, right, which is very healthy and indicates bullishness if we can break out, retest, and then push back up higher. Okay, so that's what we're looking for right now. Now, when we were up here at these levels, I said that there's a couple things to be cautious of and a couple things to look out for. Now, what are those exactly? Well, that's going to take us to our MACD as well as the relative strength index. So let's start off with our MACD. We have a bunch of question marks here because we weren't sure what the MACD was going to do. Now, this red line crossed below this blue line here, and that is an exit signal. So if you take a look at where that happened right up around here, around $90. And since then, we've dropped to $73. Okay, so you could have seen this move, and this is what's known as an exit signal when it crosses below. Okay, so now these question marks are kind of not a question anymore, and we did get across below. Now, if you take a look here, this is a crossover to the upside. When it crosses over to the upside, that's an entry signal. So we got an entry signal, upwards move. Now, if we take a look at our relative strength index, we can see we have some trend lines drawn up here, and what these are is these are divergences. So really quickly, divergences are going to be when the price of something is doing something different than the RSI. So for instance, right here, we have a high, then we have a lower high, then we have a lower high again. Now let's look at the price action. Okay, so here we have a high. Okay, and then we come up here, put a higher high, and then we put a higher high again. So the price of the token is clearly in an uptrend, making higher highs, but our relative strength index was in a downtrend making lower highs. This is what's known as bearish divergence. Okay, it's an indicator you may see some bearish activity. And I said, if we're bullish on this and we want to get our breakout up here, we need to break this bearish divergence trend line, retest it, and then continue pushing up higher. Okay, if you notice, we did get the breakout and we broke out past that bearish divergence trend line. We came up and hit the bullish price targets here beautifully. But what we did was a look above and fail. And I mentioned this in the last update that since we started trading back in this range and rejected here, this is more of a bearish signal. Okay, a look above and fail indicates that buyers and bulls were not able to take over control, and rather that it was a false breakout and sellers are actually in control, and that most likely this would head towards the bottom of the range. Which brings us to our bullish divergence. Okay, so if you notice, we have some circles here on the chart. We'll go ahead and pull up the relative strength index so you guys can see a little bit more. But what we have here is we have a low, we have a lower low, and then over here we actually end up getting an equal low. Okay, but clearly the price of the token is in a downtrend. Well, what we see is we have a low, we have a higher low, and then we have a higher low again. So what we've done is we've gone lower in price, okay, made lower lows, but we've gained relative strength. So this is going to be the opposite of bearish divergence. This is actually a bullish divergence as we're building relative strength, even though price is going lower. And what do you see? We get the bounce off of the bullish divergence trend line. We get a MACD entry signal, and we get a nice little push upwards. Okay, then we pull back down below, okay, and we come over and retest our previous lows, bounce off the bullish divergence trend line again, and then we get another MACD crossover and we get a strong move. So when you can start to combine some of these strategies together, such as the MACD along with divergences on your relative strength index, it's going to give you some really good clues and indications of the trends, right? Over here, what did we have? We had bearish divergence, okay, we broke through that trend line, but then we got the look below and fail. So we got or look above and fail. That's a bearish sign for us, okay? Then very shortly afterwards, we got a MACD sell signal right here. So we had two signals lining up together that we were going to have a strong downwards push. All right. Now that we've gone over some of the things and what we're really looking at and we understand them, now let's break down some of the possibilities for Illuvium at the moment. So most likely we're going to be trending downwards, okay, heading towards the bottom of this trend line, but we've done a very good job of bouncing off of this trend line multiple times. So if we do continue downward, heading downwards, sorry, getting tongue twisted, we want to bounce off of this bullish divergence trend line, okay? This is going to be a strong trend line for us and show us that bulls can still step in and try to push the price up higher. If we break below this trend line, that's going to be pretty bearish, okay? So that's it for the relative strength index. When it comes to the MACD, ultimately, we want to see this stay above 0, okay? It is trending downwards, but we want to stay above 0 and start to see this thing slowly curl back up and potentially curl back up over the blue line. All right, that's what you're looking for if you're looking for bullishness. Now, if you notice, we also have 3 levels here, okay, but instead of resistance like they were over here and over here, what these are now is these are our support retracement levels. So if you see, we had a strong impulsive move to the upside. All of this is healthy retracement territory to possibly continue the trend and head back upwards. Now, remember what I said about a break and a retest as well. So we broke out past our zone, and look what we're doing. We're consolidating in it right now, which is a good sign, but we're at the lower edge, edge of that range, basically. Okay, what we want to do is we want to stay above here. We did wick down below it, but keep in mind that these are just wicks, and price action quickly recovered and pushed back up into our range. So we're going to see if we can get the breakout, retest, and continuation up higher, even below our demand zone here, our little zone right here, which is going to be roughly 73.402. We do have our 61.8% retracement level at 65.07. So even if we dip below, we want to hold above this level and ultimately push back up higher to our bullish price targets of 92.3, 98.3, as well as 106.007. Now, if we break these levels, guys, then most likely what we're going to do is we're going to get some type of a reversal back to the downside and retest some of our previous lows. That's just how things are going to work. Just how over here, when we broke through the retracement levels, we ended up getting a bullish reversal and making new highs. All right, if we break through these retracement levels right here, then most likely we're going to come back down and retest some of our previous lows, if not create new lows. So that's a complete in-depth analysis of Illuvium right now. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget I do these viewer requests every week, so all you've got to do is comment down below, and I'll be happy to make a video on it for you guys as soon as I can.